Welcome to A Better HR Business, the podcast that looks at how HR consultants and HR tech firms grow their businesses and how they help their employers to get the best out of their people. Remember, for show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Okay, let's get started.
Hello, thanks for joining me today. Great to have you along. And today, just a short episode. I just want to share a little conversation I had with a client just the other day. And it's coming up to the end of her first year in business as a solo consultant in the HR space. And she is going to hit $300K for the year, which is an amazing performance because some people find it tricky when they start and there's all sorts of doubts that creep in. And do I have the goods? Have I got the skills? Can I, go with this and get great clients and stuff? But this person has. And it's been a pretty straightforward ride. And I guess that's going to be my key message to you, in that it is possible to make a great income, generate great business, great revenue from a solo consulting business. But secondly, you can also have that work-life balance, because this person, she drops her kids off to school each day. Fridays tend to be pretty relaxed. There's kind of not generally meetings booked and things like that. And so across the 12 months, started out, fairly standard, lower hourly rate, and ratcheted it up over time so that the hourly rate increased. But more importantly, she just had a simple game plan, leveraging immediate network and contacts and just keeping in touch with people and reminding them, just doing the standard sales process to generate some nice big monthly retainer clients where they were reasonable sets of hours per month that did not roll over. So, it wasn't banked up. And so suddenly she was required to do extra work every month because they hadn't used previous month. No, it's just you get what you pay for and then it starts again the next month. But then she did what I often recommend to people when they're going into, for instance, an HR related business, is to top that up with recruitment percentage dollars. It just makes such perfect sense that if you are embedded in a business and you're speaking with the managers, you're speaking with the employees, whether that's you're physically there or you're having regular meetings, or even if you're just attending occasional update sessions or whatever it may be, you know the business really, really well. All right. And so you know what's good, what's bad. If they've got a person who's underperforming, you know what it is about that person that is seen as underperforming, or they've got the wrong fit or whatever it may be. But you know what good performance looks like for them. And we all know that people can perform well in different roles in different companies and organizations and cultures, which means you're in the perfect place to then top up your retainer rate with recruitment. So if there's a vacancy that arrives, you just offer, look, I know this business inside out. I work with the managers every day. I know the people, I know the role you're looking for, etc. Do you want me to manage the recruitment for that for a standard recruitment percentage fee? So that's what a lot of my clients would do. But yeah, just having a handful of clients on those decent retainer rates. And so the hourly rate is higher than normal because not all those hours are being used, but she's providing very high value, very useful HR support, both in the intellectual side and the doing side, the strategic versus the administrative. So getting that balance right. And along the way, there are a few sort of side steps of trying to do a few different marketing things, which I wouldn't normally recommend, but you test different things as you go, which is perfectly normal and acceptable and stuff. But it really came down to the core elements. The number one for any business, whether that's consulting or technology, any kind of business, it's always your immediate network, the referrals, and then not just sort of saying to people, oh, I've started a business and then leaving it at that. It's keeping in touch with people, following up, and just kind of, I don't want to say working the network, but keeping in touch with people, treating people as human beings, respecting them, and asking for business where that opportunity arises. But most of the businesses come from that network, and it's been high value as a result, So nearly 12 months, about to hit 300K in revenue for the year, and no fancy marketing systems and laborious content machine being employed or anything. It's just a very simple business. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that the mindset is very much of, I'm really good at this stuff, and so I charge what I need to charge for this. Originally, it started at a lower hourly rate, but pretty quickly realized, no, I have got what they need. I can do it in a way that meets their needs, so they would pay more perhaps for a full-time HR strategic leader but I'm only there for a proportion of the time. I can work through the team, so I've got efficiencies and yes, some cost savings for the business, but they're getting a better result because I'm seeing what works in other companies as well, so I can really share stuff. So there's that mindset bit that says, I've got this and I'm confident in what I do, and so I put my proposal forward and I think you should be taking it. You'd be crazy not to, versus the self-sabotage or imposter syndrome stuff of, I don't know, can I really help this business? Or maybe you'd be better off going for a cheaper company or a more expensive company because it's not the quite right fit. No, it's 100% belief in what you do and how you're going to help that business and that confidence. And if you doubt yourself, just look back over your career, look at your CV, look at your history, and you'll see all this cool stuff you've done. Honestly, you've got to look back at that and say, wow, I really did implement something very cool there, or there was a particular situation with a leader there that I sorted out. You have done so much and you can help businesses, no doubt about it. So if you have any doubts, look back over your history and think, yeah, I've got this, because you really can. And there are plenty of examples of people out there who are having a great life, great business, great revenue. So, take heart from that and just keep working the system. Just keep putting in the effort and good things will come. Good to talk to you again. I'll see you again soon.
Thanks for joining us today on A Better HR Business, the podcast that explores the world of HR consulting and HR tech businesses. For show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Remember to subscribe and share the show with any friends who are busy growing a HR business. Thanks and see you next time.